Hey everyone, I'm Klloo, and welcome to the data pack Runechant, A World to Discover, a massive survival data pack filled with magic and mysteries. Experience new seasons as you traverse different biomes, craft and cast powerful spells, enhance your weapons with new forms of brewing, or gain different abilities through trimming equipment, which has also been extended to weapons and tools. With 8 new advancement tabs to pursue, come experience a whole new world. The data pack is finally at a state release, so no better time to start playing and preparing for more endgame content to come. You can find the pack on Planet Minecraft or Moderate, or of course in the links down below. Right, hey everyone, welcome back to some more data pack showcasing, right? So we're still doing magic. Annoyingly, I don't know why, but if I'm in full screen, the mouse doesn't work, and it is super annoying, so we'll do it window mode. Okay, so on to the crystal side of things, which will be a little bit interesting. There are 30 different crystals, so in green, right, that have different effects. Now, not all of them actually have strictly magical effects, I should say, right? Some of them are passive effects. So, for instance, if we were to put on Wayfarer, that's a passive effect, and it's triggered by sprinting. But I hope, right, warding should be correct, and right, I'm in survival. The creative, we'll grab out the crystals. I do also need to clean up my inventory a little bit. Oh, actually, sorry, that's where we should probably start. I have continued tweaking the hitboxes on the spells, and I think I'm pretty much happy with them. Also, the types of casting. So, what is this? Yeah, that is the code. Although, as you can see, it does hit him a little too large. Well, actually, you can see there is one sort of flying off in that direction. Also, I'm always out of lapis, which is super annoying. I should test if I'm in creative and then not discount lapis. So maybe this one does need tweaks, because it looks like one of them is hitting him. Yeah. Otherwise, the rest seem a lot better, right? That's not hitting him. That's not hitting him. Oh, right. No. It's not working because I severely decreased the distance on this spell, right? If we aim at the ground, you can sort of see, right? Because the idea is it's meant to be quick, but short range. Yeah, now it's working fine. If we aim up, even a little above his head, it should always hit. I might have to, oh yeah. It looks like it's about half a block too much, so I'll tweak it further. And then we have channeling. Not channeling, what's it called? I don't even know sometimes, right? Which just summons a bunch of particles. Also, if you didn't know, the left click on the Malevolent Tome does speed up casting. It does usually cost life though, right? So you can, it's like blood magic basically. You spend your life, again, we're in creative, so it's hard to show off everything perfectly, but what we'll do is we'll keep the direct, we'll ditch the other books, and we will upgrade them. So we can give it an empty slot using our Shulk Forge, the book, eye, and we get ourselves empty slot, ancient eye, and we take the crystal. I do want duplicates of the book because we do want to test some other stuff out. Right, so if we add warding to it, my hope is, oh, that fell off. My hope is that this should be a left click mechanic, right? It should say, yep, perfect, quick cast. So now, not only does the left click increase our casting speed, but it should also give us a secondary effect. Yeah, it gives us absorption. You know what? We'll do it in survival. So if I right click, right, I'm taking damage, although I'm gaining absorption, so I'm not actually taking damage. I can do it with the normal book, I should say, right? So if we right click with that, it's taking 2 hearts to increase the cast speed, right? So the idea is that you trade HP for casting. I don't want to make it instant cast, but yeah, the knockback's kind of annoying. You can speed up. Oh, that was one too many, and of course everything went to fire. Well, I'm gonna get back there. All right. Let's recraft everything. So we'll make each of the different tomes so we can go over their actual left click mechanics. So this is the amplifying tome. So this should just give us buffs, right? Well, we have no lapis again. We might as well cast everything first. Do that, wait for the sound effect. And I almost talked over. So that is the rejuvenating tome. And then the last one is the malevolent tome again. We'll have to add the empty slots back, that's fine. Right. We'll go back in survival, and I will try not to accidentally off myself. So again, if we have the icon up, which I always forget, the lapis, lapis lazuli, 64 please. Okay, so left click, takes HP, but as you can see, it flicks up the bar about 33%. I'm definitely going to decrease the amount of HP it takes and probably increase the amount of casting, right? Because I feel like it should be about 50%, because the idea is if you move while casting, you do cast slower. So if I just hold it down and spot, it should be quicker than moving and casting, right? So moving, because of the damage tick, does affect the casting rate, which is unfortunate. But we have rejuvenating, so we can use that, and we get some health boost and some regeneration, so that's really good. Regeneration was not long at all. But as you can see, the bars to the left of the little GUI, right, we're consuming them to use the left click. So if I do that, I can't left click anymore. There's nothing. We have to wait for it to actually recharge. Now, because of the mechanic on this book, it doesn't actually cost a charge, so I can spam it. But what you might notice is eventually it will build up extra charges. So every time you pay with life, you're not only increasing your casting speed, but also generating those extra charges, because the abilities that we gain through the gems do actually cost charges, right? So you might get to the point where, you know, it's costing 2 charges every time. Now, the system is, even if you have 1 charge, you can cast, it just takes longer to recharge. So no matter what, you'll be able to use the mechanic even if you only have 1 charge, but you'll just have a longer cooldown period, right, before you can use it again. Then we have amplifying, so if we do that, we gain absorption, speed, haste, and strength. So the idea is, you know, mine for a little bit, cast it again, cast it again. We might increase the times. Yeah, because I feel like it's about 5 seconds, and that is not enough. Maybe make it 2 charges, but have a longer buff period. It's only speed 1, haste 1, strength 1, so it's not a huge thing. The absorption it's probably the big impact there. But you can stack them, right, if you have the charges, which I don't, unfortunately. So now we have the health boost as well, and slight regeneration. So you can heal off the rejuvenating spell time, just won't amount to a lot. All right, we don't need that. We'll keep the Ancient Eyes so we can give these slots. And I guess we'll just pick out some crystals. So I need to sort of remember what are actual spells and what are basic effects. I don't know. We'll find 3 since we have 3 times. Okay, re-enchant the books. Doing all a nice empty slot. Pick up. And now the 3 gems we picked are Unseen, Malignant, and Storm. So we'll do Unseen on the rejuvenating tome. And again, remember to make copies in case I want to use them. So this should be a quick cast ability, and it should just be invisibility. Yeah, so it's got the Unseen quick cast, which means that our left click now is not only healing, but there you go, we got a little black particle effect and a little bit of invisibility. And I should say particle effectless invisibility, so it's kind of nice. Right, I think that was the balancing. It should take about the recharge time of the charges for the effects to wear off. So we should be able to always maintain it, but obviously you have to cast, you see the particles. We now have that also squid ink black particle around us when we are casting the invisibility. But yeah, I think that's decent enough. Again, maybe tinkering with the times. All right, so we have Storm and we also have Malignant. I assume both these are somewhat damaging effects. We'll do that and that. Keep overshooting it too. There we go. So this is now Storm Quick Cast. So not only does it take life, but our left click should now summon lightning in front of us, right? I think it's where the marker is. Of course, now it takes time to recharge. So you can't use it if you have no charges, so you can't use the other ability of the Malevolent Tome to increase the casting speed either. At least I think that's how it works. Well, there's no particles, but we'll test it off anyway. Yeah. It'll take time to recharge. There it is. So if we get nice and close, there you go, you can strike him. I feel like, though, the range on that is not enough, and we're actually going to strike ourselves with lightning. But I guess it's a good sort of getaway moment if you're swarmed with mobs. Come on, recharge. It shouldn't also speed up, yeah, because they should have individual scores, right, if we go off the tome and back onto it. Yeah, cool. Right, because I don't want just that instant way to reset mechanics. We can go ahead and craft the other tome. So with Amplifying, we want to add Malignant to it, which should be something to do with poison, because that's usually what Malignant means. Some circumstances. They are on. Yeah, there we go. Guess it wasn't centered correctly. So now we have Malignant Quick Cast. Alright, well, I guess I'll wait for them to recharge. Well, a little bit of tweaking later, and we have the charge back. Yeah, so it was broken. There is a, oh god, I missed a number, right? I missed 0 basically, right? So if a scoreboard got to exactly 0, which it rarely should have, then it wouldn't actually recharge. But it's all fixed, and I even tweaked the system. So we might as well go through them again. Although we can see what Malignant does. So Malignant does a particle effect, interestingly, right? So I upped the amount of time you get the boss for. Again, to make it a little bit more consistent. So whatever Malignant did, I'm guessing it poisons everything in our vicinity, if I had to guess. Fortunately, we'd have to wait for it to recharge. Oh, there we go. Right, you can't have status effects. Use the good old villagers as guinea pigs then. Did it recharge? I should probably waited. They're gonna run away. Stay, 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 stay. Come on, stay. Alright, at least if we poison one of you, I'm happy. Yeah, okay. So it poisons in a little AoE around you. It was actually decent range because that villager was a little bit away. Right, so that's Malignant, that's Storm. Oh, I did retool this a little bit. So all it does now, it doesn't cost any charges. It just costs HP. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's Sponsor Lightning. It doesn't cost any charges, as you can see. And what it's actually trying to do is refill all the charges. So you can get up to a max of... Oh, I ran out of lapis. You can get up to a max of 5. There are different ways to unlock extra charge slots in again, so you can cast more consistently back to back. But it is costing us HP. I halved it, which is, I guess, kind of weird balancing because I upped the amount of cast it generates. Right, that's what I was trying to get. But then I also increased the amount of charges it tries to generate, right? So it tries to fully fill your bar. It's not a good way to show that, obviously. Well, actually, you know what? I could test for what the max charge you can have is, and that way it doesn't glitch out the icons. But yeah, so if you just spam click, you're using HP, but you can cast a lot quicker, right? So eventually, you know, it won't be worth it. It works for all the different tomes. So it's, again, more just meant to be attack-oriented versus this one, which then has some utility effects, but you can still attack with it, right, on the actual right click. Although that apparently spawns fire around us, not just what we hit, interestingly. Periodically too. Yeah, so every time we get that tick. I'm guessing I'm tagged with a endowment effect. So you will have to obviously play around with them, figure out what exactly works best. Yeah, nether energy, there we go. And there will be further ways to enhance it, right? So we might as well talk about it since it's probably one of the next things I should work on. So if we go to the manipulating shulk, we have these different gems, right? And the whole idea of this is to basically feed off of a negative effect. So for instance, the poison eater jewel. If you get poison, if you get nausea, it will consume those in order to buff you. I don't know the exact scenario, right? Because we're still working on it. It's like the nether one would absorb fire around you to do the same thing. But that is the idea, and they, of course, go in the survival slot. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Go into, nope, not creative. We go into survival, right? That slot. So you can have one of them active. I will also probably move these over one, because what I want to include is the poisons from, what is it, Runic Brewing? Right, so these normally operate when you're in your offhand, and we'll get to them. But I think I'm just going to make them passive in the inventory, right? And that's a bit more useful. You don't have to worry about juggling them or having a different slot, or, you know, just, again, it makes the feature more usable and accessible rather than being a hassle. So I think that's a go. But other than that, right, all the different crystals, again, lots of effects to try out. And you can get up to 5 of those empty slots on its own. So you can have 5 different of these. You can have 5 different charms, you can have a different affinity, you can have a different casting type. Go nuts and see if you can find any combinations that are either broken or broken, right? Like good broken or bad broken. That way I can fix them. Other than that, I think we'll leave it there, right? That's pretty much the left click. So we've done both sides of the magic. So I'm satisfied, if not the most direct way of explaining it, right? Best I can do. Anyway, see ya.